Then Red enough Frox will support Ulysses? Thank you, Crom. I knew sending you was the right choice. You just see Frox's warriors. Perhaps now our people will be safe from... I don't like when people get cut off, that's a bad sign. Oh, and on this music, this is a really bad sign.
Your Grace!
Your Grace, my lord, forgive me, but I bring alarming news.
What's happened?
Phila, slow down, please. What's happened?
Right away.
Plegia soldiers have been sighted inside our southwest border. They attacked a village in Femis and abducted the Duke's daughter. But that would be Maribel! Crom, we have to do something! There's more. King Gangrel Plegia claims Lady Maribel invaded his country. He demands he pay reparations for this insult.
Gods!
In order to believe a dastard like the Mad King of Plegia?
Enough.
Peace, Crom. We must keep our wits about us.
Still...
We should put a sword in his gun and be done with it. The Mad King has been trying to provoke war with Ulysses at every step. He won't stop until he drags his whole con to hell with him.
Yes, my lord.
I agree with your prince, your grace. Or, with the prince, your grace. My prince. I mean, I guess it technically is my prince, because, you know, Phil is, you know, a royal guard. But anyways, besides the point. We must demonstrate to Plegia that such actions have consequences. I understand your feelings, Crom. I do. But if we give him the war he wants, then we lose, no matter what the outcome. Our last conflict nearly ruined the Haledom. It left the Ulysses homeless and starving. We cannot repeat that mistake.
I will offer parley.
I will offer parley with King Gangrel. And no, you can't!
Please reconsider.
Please reconsider, your grace. He cannot be trusted to act in good faith. So either we choose to march to war or leave Lady Maribel to die. No, I will not accept that.
Very well.
Forgive me, your grace. I spoke out of turn. I know you'll stand always by your own principles. Pray allow the Pegasus Knights to accompany you at least. I'm going too. Someone has to save you from your good intentions. I love this line. It's a really good line. I want to be there for you and Lady Maribel. Or just Maribel. I don't know why I said Lady Maribel. They're kind of best friends. As you wish. Thank you all. Your strength will be mine. I know some people aren't like super fond of Awakening's writing. I've seen it like thrown around here or there, but I personally think this game has a lot of great lines. I'm definitely gonna be pointing them out as we go throughout the game, because I think this game... I don't think this game gets enough credit, personally. But anyways. Well then, is everyone ready to go? It's a long march through the western mountains to the Plegian border. And who might this be?
Oh, hey!
Captain, I'm all packed. When do we leave? Rickon, when did you... Go back inside. You're not old enough for this mission. But Captain, you know my skill of magic. You know I can handle myself. I feel safer with your magic here, protecting the garrison. Alright, we're off then. Be good.
Hey!
Be good. God, how old does he think I am? Well, I'll show him just how good I can be. Crom, you just started something that you don't know what's gonna happen with. Hey everybody, Gmod here, and welcome back to some more Fire Emblem Awakening. In the last episode, we went over to Arena Ferox to get the aid of the cons there, and after a bit of a scuffle, we managed to get ourselves an alliance that we were quite happy with. Although, upon returning to Emblem to with the news, we found out things have kind of taken a bad turn while we were away. But, you know, we'll deal with that in just a second here. So, a few things have opened up upon clearing Chapter 4. Obviously, Chapter 5 has opened up here with the Border Pass. However, two more things have opened up that we want to talk about. First of all, I want to get this out of the way real quick. Is this over here, the Outrealm Gate? And the Outrealm Gate is where all your functions with the DLC are going to come into play. And while I'm not going to be showing off anything from the DLC during this Let's Play for a few reasons, we may as well go ahead and check it out since, you know, it's here, and why not? It's free to enter after all. And hey, Anna! If you know Fire Emblem, you know who Anna is. This is a familiar face. She's in a lot of games. And it's nice to see her here too. That being said, when it comes to the Outrealm Gate, like I said before, this is mostly just for DLC stuff and whatnot, and while it is cool, I'm not going to be covering during this project for two primarily reasons. One, I want to focus on what you get out of the game from the cartridge on its own, and two, because Nintendo as of late has kind of been getting, like, cracking down and, like, kind of moving on from the 3DS, so a lot of the, like, online services and, like, DLC and whatnot for games and the eShop itself are kind of slowly shutting down, and I don't really know how consistently I could provide DLC content during this Let's Play with all that in mind. So, we're not really going to be focusing on DLC during this. I will make mention of it here or there if I find it's important, but overall, we're not going to be paying too much attention to that. But I want to show it off nonetheless in case, you know, you want to do that yourself. However, more importantly, we do have supports to look at, but also, we unlocked a brand new feature called the Barracks. Let's go check this thing. Let's go check it out. So the Barracks are something kind of... They're not quite supports, but they're function kind of like supports. That'll make sense in just a second here. How about we have a demonstration with Donald and Stahl? So basically the Barracks here, you have 3 options here. This Barracks feature is basically here for your units to chill around and hang out and, you know, get to know each other better. It's just kind of like a fun little thing they do on the side. Not to mention, they have this room here that we have here. It's gonna eventually look nice and pretty and have a bunch of stuff in it, but since we're early on in the game, it's just a table and 2 swords. All you need to have a good time. I think. That's how it works, right? I don't know, you can have like a sword duel over the table or something, I don't know. It's something, I guess. You can also check out the roster of how many characters you have and whatnot, but obviously, you can also get like a quick little bio about the character if you click on them, but we're not really gonna bother with that. You can check them out though if you want to. Also, there's a cute quote on the bottom screen for like a bunch of the characters about what's going on. Hey, Robin, here to have a break with Fake. That rhymes and I like it. However, the most important feature of the Barracks is the listen in feature, because this will actually cause certain things to happen. Let's check it out. You sure fight hard out there. I reckon you're fighting for some big dreams, huh? Well, once night, always night, but I'd like to try the world's best food just once. So by going here in the Barracks, a bunch of different things can happen, and one of the bunch of things that can happen is that their supports get increased by having chats with one another. We already talked about how supports are good, so this is handy. And who do we got next? We got a heart icon. It is... Oh boy, these two. Sully, I know the room was very empty, and you have plenty of room to kick Virion around, but let's be civil. I'm just kidding. So Sully's not a brute. She just knows how to get Virion to back off. Anyways, you have a grace about you when you fight. What do you say to battling by my side? Of course, damn it, I'll let you down. Aw, look at that. They're kind of getting along. Nice. So that's the first 2 out of the way, and we have 3 more. And the rest of these don't have any handshake icons or heart icons. That's your indication that, like, supports are going to be built from it, or that you're going to get, like, something of significance between the 2 characters. Since these 2 don't have a heart icon or anything like that, these 2 are just going to have a nice little chat, and nothing's really going to come out of it. Nice, we're good there. You and Teach should partner up for the next fight. Me and you sure? Well, sure. I'll do the best dang job I can. So yeah, as you can see, nothing really came out of that one because those 2 characters don't have a support with one another. Not every character has a support with one another, but we've already talked about this in the past. And oh, you can hear Kellen walking up. Loud as hell armor, look at him go. Kellen, we really need to get you like some casual wear or something. Because, yeah, this armor suit is a little ridiculous. Anyways. Huh? Hidden in plain sight. Just like someone I know. And we ourselves a brand new weapon. Just like in the glittering spots, you can find yourself some random weapons in this barracks here. And we got ourselves a pretty cool one, the Finn's Lance. I'm actually kind of familiar with this weapon, but we'll talk about that when we actually start the chapter for today. But a pretty cool find nonetheless. I don't know where he found it, considering we, you know, have 2 swords and a table in here, but, hey, he found it, I guess. Works for me. And Lissa, there you go. A bit of a contrast to Kellum, because, yeah, big clunky armor versus a nice, dress. Bit of a contrast here. Is that a crack in the wall? Everyone's always breaking things during trading. And apparently she was so disturbed by the crack in the wall that she decided to leave. Alright, noted. But yeah, there's a little bit of a tour of the barracks. You'll usually have some things pop up after every time you complete a chapter, so it's worth checking in here every now and again. That being said, that's a show off of the barracks. A pretty cool feature, I enjoy it. It's nice and, you know, comfy, I guess you could say. However, what we gotta do now is the supports, and we have ourselves a few of them here. Actually, it looks more like 2. I think we have 2 of them here. If I were to bet, we'll probably have 2 of them here. And as per usual, skip to the timestamp on screen if you want to get right to the chapter. Although, honestly, knowing me, I probably would have put this at the start of the chapter, so if you just want to skip right to the chapter and skip the barracks and all that, I'll probably put it, like, earlier than this point in the video. But we'll see. That being said, let's get things started. Lissa and Vake. Alright, this should be a fun one. Oh, goes Teeth. Where in blue places has Crom gone to? Say, Lissa, you ain't seen that brother of yours sulking around, have you? If I had, I wouldn't tell you.
What?
Oh, come on. It's nothing serious. Why you gotta take his side all the time?
Right.
Because he's my brother, and I know you just want to hit him over the head with something. Gosh, you're like children, the both of you.
Hey!
I could try explaining it, but you wouldn't understand. It's a warrior thing. Like an idiot thing. You know, there are other ways to communicate. Besides bombing each other over the head with blunt axes, I mean.
Hey!
Look, listen, the Vic doesn't hate your bro. Heck, I like him most of the time. But we gotta fight. Fate made us rivals, and who are we to defy fate? Oh, now this is just absurd. So why exactly are you rivals?
Huh?
Well, you know, stuff. No, I don't know, and I think you have a grudge against Crom, and that's all there is to it.
Ah,
A grudge? No way, I respect the man. He's the greatest warrior in the realm. But if you want to be the very best, you gotta beat the very best.
Huh?
Aha! But don't go tell him I said that. If he knew I was praising him, I'd never hear the end of it every time we squared off. Yeah, don't worry, Teach. I'll keep your little secret. Oh, looks like Lissa's got some leverage on him, Big. You gotta be careful. You might become the laughingstock, although I kind of feel like to most of the party you probably are the laughingstock. But I like you, so don't worry. You got one fan, and that's me. And now for Sully and Virion. Surely this goes well, right? Surely. Ha! Yeah!
Greetings.
Ah, most gorgeous fortune. It is none other than my dearly beloved Sully. You're floating so like a butterfly. You're stinging so like the bee. Why, it's positively...
What in the...
You got a point, Ruffles. None save the point of my heart's compass, which strains ever towards Sully. It sounds like a no, so get lost. I'm trying to train here.
My.
So cold, I feel a chill coming on. I'll surely catch my death if you don't spare a few warm words, milady. Come now, all this training for war, all this angry grunting. It's unbecoming of a lady so beauteous. Pretty girl can stab at a guy as easy as an ugly one. But she still needs to practice, so clear out.
No.
No doubt the poets would write off your grace in combat. Fabulous, they'd say. But there is no need for such exertions. Not when you are a man to protect you. I've yet to see a man up to that task. Milady, you wound me! Such a man stands before you at this very moment. Wait, are you talking about you? Oh, you're a funny guy, Ruffles. I'll give you that. I wasn't joking.
Hell no!
Do you have any idea how many people try to kill me on a daily basis? I take a certified hero just to keep up, let alone protect me.
Heal ye.
And I vow to be just such a hero.
Nah.
Ruffles, I'd hire a wet nurse and her kid as protectors before I consider you.
Very well.
So it's proof a lady desires, is it? So be it. I shall gladly furnish such. Watch closely our next battle. I'll display such heroism as makes for legends and song. Oh, this should be good. Sully is definitely just gonna be standing back and just watching Virion get his ass kicked. But Virion's gonna be like, it's okay! It's proof of my valor! I really like Virion. I like Sully too, but I really like Virion. He's such a fun character. That being said, I think all our prep work is all done, said and good. I'm gonna do a quick audio check to make sure our video recording isn't going all screwy. And I think then we'll jump into Chapter 5. One moment. Okay, all set to go. Let's get things started. Let's go save a damsel in distress. Chapter 5, the Exalt and the King.
What's this?
What's this then? The Exalt herself in all her radiance? I fear I must shield my eyes. King Gangrel, I've come for the truth of this unfortunate incident between us. The truth? I can give you the truth.
I beg your pardon.
Perhaps Milady might first share her name.
You may call me
You may
Aversa.
call me Aversa. Very well, Aversa. Is Maribel unharmed?
Nah?
Who? Oh yes, the little blonde brat.
Wretched beast.
Unhand me, you gutter-born troglodyte! Maribel! Lissa, darling, is that you? This girl crossed the Plegian border without our consent. And what's more, she wounded the brave Plegian soldiers who sought only to escort her safely home.
No.
Lies! You speak nothing but lies, hag! Did they not teach the meaning of the word truth in wretched crone school? You see, no manners at all. Such a nasty little bird simply had to be caged. Such a violent temper speaks to her guilt. This will call for a weighty punishment. And if she were to later confess to being a Yissian spy, my goodness! It would take an act of considerable good faith to repair our relations. I have done nothing wrong. It is they who should confess. They are the ones who invaded Ulysses. They raised an entire village. When I attempted to intervene, they took me and dragged me across the border. Let the plundered shops and charred homes of that village serve as my proof. I know I said whom, that's homes. Anyways. That would only prove Ulysses has a bandit problem, something I hear oft of late. But indeed, tonight I shall weep salty tears into my pillow for your dead villagers. Your Grace, please!
Yes.
Peace, Maribel, I believe you. King Gangrel, I request that you release this woman at once. Surely you and I talking too fast. Surely you and I can sort out all these affairs about the need for hostages.
Oh?
Without so much as an apology, where should I even begin bother with parley? Or why should I even bother with parley? I cannot talk. I'm within my rights to have her head this instant and be home in time for supper.
What?
You black-hearted devil.
Really?
Control
That's
your
it?
dog, my dear, before he gets someone hurt. Now then, your graciousness. Perhaps we can arrange a trade. You give me the fire emblem, and I return merry country here in one piece. You would ask for Yushi's royal treasure, but why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know the legend! The fire emblem is the key to having all one's wishes realized. I have desired it for years, years! Yet my birthday comes and goes each year, and nothing from Ulysses.
Enough.
This power is meant for a single purpose, King Gangrel. To save the world and its people at their hour of most desperate need. Would you claim a more noble wish? I want what every Plegian wants, a grisly end for every last Ulyssian. What could be more noble than that? What?
Really?
Sure you have
That's
not
it?
forgotten what the last Exalt did to my people. Your father named us heathens. His crusade across Plegia butchered countless of my subjects and my kin. I never denied Ulysses' past wrongdoings, but I have sworn to never repeat those mistakes. Ours is now a realm of peace.
You're an eyesore.
Yours is now a haven of hypocrisy. Now give me the fire emblem.
No.
No, your grace. I'd sooner die than act as a bargaining chip for this filthy reprobate. Close enough. No, Maribel. Talk. It's time to speak louder than words. The negotiation is over, your lumosity. I shall have the fire if I have to pry from your shiny dead hands. Somehow I think we all knew it'd come to this.
Think again.
Stay back, or else you'll all suffer the same fate.
Oh?
Now that's a declaration of war if I've ever heard one. A big, messy war that will bleed you Ulyssians dry.
Really now.
Poor stupid girl. Are you really worth fighting a war over? Years from now, you'll be remembered as she who destroyed House Ulysses.
No.
No, that's not. Oh, Alyssa, please, no. Terrible, go, you're free. Rickon, what are you doing here? Just run, we can talk about it later.
Oh.
Oh, this your little boyfriend. Isn't he just precious?
Don't talk down to
Don't
me.
talk down to me, witch. I'm talking. Wind magic.
We fight together.
Come on, Maribel.
Yes.
Right.
You little.
Wretched whelp, I should. No, our soldiers have them outnumbered. The brats will be dead long before they can reach their comrades. And just like that, chaos is ensuing. Apparently, we are now in war. You know, as you do. Welcome to Chapter 5, everybody. So this chapter is interesting. We have ourselves a group of units over here, but also, later on, they're not on the map quite yet. However, Rickon and Maribel are also going to show up here. We need to get them over to us safely without them perishing to all the enemies flying about in the area. And when I say flying, I mean flying because there are actually flying enemies here in Wyvern Knights, which are similar to Pegasus Knights, but they're more built for being endurance. However, in return for this, they are a lot worse off against magic, so it's a bit of a trade-off. They also use axes instead of lances like the Pegasus Knights. Outside of that, though, they're pretty similar. They're also weak to arrows, just like the Pegasus Knights are, so keep that in mind. And the boss over here is Orton, who has not only a short axe, which is a stronger version of the hand axe we've been seeing in the past. However, he also drops some bullion, which is, you know, money, which apparently sells for 5,000 gold at a market, so we definitely want that. So, we'll be glad to take that off his hands down the line. For the time being, though, we have a lot of enemies to get through before we reach him. And I'm not gonna lie to you, on Lunatic mode, this map can also be quite brutal. I haven't been talking about Lunatic mode that much, but it's definitely, if you're playing Lunatic, you'll definitely notice a spike in difficulties in some chapters. And in my opinion, this is one of the harder ones in Lunatic mode. That being said, unlike the last map, we actually have room for quite a few characters this time. We have room to bring 9 in total. And we also have ourselves a brand new character we haven't talked about yet, Long Q, who joined us at the end of the last chapter. And we're gonna talk about him really quick before we get into the chapter. So, that being said, let's talk about our new character here, Long Q. And you know what? I don't use this feature enough. Check him out. As you can see, he's a brand new class that hasn't joined us. He's a brand new class that hasn't joined us yet, is what I tried to say. The Myrmidon. And the Myrmidon is an interesting class. That being said, though, how about we bring up the good old bio and give himself a good talk over. This here is Long Q, who just joined us in the last chapter. However, he's not been deployable until this chapter, because he joined at the end of the last one. Long Q is a fan favorite character, being a Myrmidon, as Myrmidons typically are fan favorites, mostly because they are pretty cool. They are very fast, very evasive sword fighters who kind of struggle in doing damage. They're not the strongest attacking unit, and they also rely heavily on dodging because they're relatively frail. However, Long Q is kind of an exception to this because he actually comes with a decent defense stat of 7, so he won't get instantly killed if he gets hit. And along with that, he has amazing speed and very high skill, so his dodging capabilities are going to be quite nice, along with the fact that his class, the Myrmidon, comes with an avoidance skill with giving him plus 10 avoid by default. So what you basically got here is a unit who doesn't hit too hard, coming only with 6 strength, but a very dodgy unit and a very, very fast unit. You can kind of compare him to Sumiya in ways. However, unlike being on a Pegasus Knight flying around, he's a sword fighter who is going to be evasive on the ground. Also, to be noted about Long Q, he comes with the Killing Edge, which is we'll talk about the weapon in a little bit, but it's basically the equivalent that we got before, but it's instead a sword, and he pairs with this very nicely thanks to his high skill, giving him a very high base critical hit rate, which along with the Killing Edge will make so that he's able to proc crits relatively reliably, which, you know, patches up his kind of mediocre damage. The main weakness of Long Q, in my opinion, is obviously, first of all, he only has a 30% defense growth, meaning his defense is probably going to stay around 7 for a couple of level ups unless you get lucky, so he can be kind of frail. He's not super frail, but he can be kind of frail to swing around at enemies, because keep in mind, he's a sword fighter, so he always has to approach the enemy. He cannot attack from afar. And the other thing that's kind of awkward about Long Q is his starting strength of 6. Not a terrible stat per se, but the fact that he only starts off at 6 means that if he does not get those strength level ups, which he has a 55% chance to do so, you can very quickly find he kind of feels like a wet noodle swinging around a sword, and that can lead to him being kind of unreliable. If you can get things to work out, though, and you get enough strength level ups, he can definitely put in work, and his speed is not to be understated. 13 speed at this point in the game is lightning fast, and he'll definitely be able to double enemies pretty reliably. Again, 75% speed growth, 13 base speed, he's going to be very, very fast. So yeah, that's Long Q. Relies on dodges, relies kind of on critical hits to get most of his damage, and he is pretty good at doing that. However, if he doesn't get it, and he doesn't get the strength growths he needs, he can kind of fall behind the party in terms of damage. But overall, I consider him a perfectly passable unit. But then again, that's Fire Emblem Awakening in general. You can use anyone you want in these games. This is not like the older Fire Emblems where some characters were a little bit undercooked. Yeah, that being said, that's Long Q. And with that out of the way, we have to choose who we're going to bring onto this map now. Now, obviously, they have a lot of flying enemies, so Virion is going to be quite handy here. So honestly, I think I want to bring Virion. All of you just being a fan of Virion, I think Virion is going to be very handy during this map. And I don't need to bring Frederick, but he could come in handy. But for the time being, I think I'll put Virion on and I'll leave Frederick behind. Mostly because I'm going to keep playing along. I'm going to try and get Donald some kills here. If I find that by the end of this chapter, Donald's like not doing so high, like I haven't gotten him like a ton of experience, I might end up ditching Donald. Not because I don't like Donald, I really do like Donald, but I feel like he might be falling behind just a little bit. And at this point, it's getting a little bit tricky to, you know, make space for him on the team, as you do. That being said, let's see, we have some axe fighters. We have a new type of magic user, the dark magic user, being the dark mage here. We'll talk about him in a second, but he's basically a mage, but instead of being faster, like a more glass cannon, he's built to be a little bit more tanky than the average mage, while doing magic damage with his flux tome, which is the dark magic tome. We have ourselves some more axe fighters, some more dark magic users, some more myrmidons. No archers though, which is looking pretty good for Sumiya, so there's no archers in the area. That's going to be very nice for Sumiya, but a ton of flying units are going to come flying at us, so we got to keep that in mind. So, looking at all the enemies here, I feel like I actually am going to keep Long Q on the team here because I feel like against all the axe users, he's going to do fantastic, so I'll keep him around. So, honestly, I'm feeling pretty good about this party right here. But like I said, depending how Donald does this chapter, this might be his final chapter. We're going to give him one more shot to see how he pulls his weight. We'll see. That being said, though, as per always, I'm going to go ahead and do some quick battle preps off screen, and we'll be right back once the team is all sorted out. So, just 1 second. Alrighty, all my preparations are now complete. We are ready to begin. However, I want to do one quick mention of something before we jump into this. Not only do I have all my equipment, of course, all set up on the characters, however, I wanted to make special note of the Finn's Lance that we got from the barracks. The Finn's Lance is a random weapon, which means it was completely luck that we got it from the barracks. However, I'm glad to have it, because the Finn's Lance is a very interesting weapon. Not only does it have an 8 might, it also has 85 hit, 10 crit, but most interestingly, it actually has a booster equipped into it, because this weapon has stat boosters on it. If you equip this weapon, you will have plus luck and plus defense by +2, as long as you're holding on to the weapon as your main weapon, you know, you're doing combat with. You can't have it just in your inventory, you have to actually equip the weapon. However, honestly, free +2 defense, can't complain, and plus +2 luck, never gonna be complaining about that either. Pretty cool stuff. So that being said, just want to make special note of that because, you know, it's a bit of a weird weapon that we got, but it's also our first stat boosting weapon that we got, and there are other weapons like this, it's just pretty cool to have. So, I decided to give it to Sully because she's gonna be in the front lines a lot, so never hurt having some extra defense on her, you know? That being said, though, all preparations completed, let's get things started. I have my war. Captain Norton, remain here and take down as many listings as you can. You expect reinforcements from the forts as well. Now do your best at doing your worst. Even though Gengo's a complete piece of crap, I kind of love him. He's such a he's such a bastard. That being said, let's get things started. So obviously, as you saw at the chapter started, and as I also warned you, we have ourselves brand new characters here joining us as well, Rickon and Maribel. And our main goal here is to get them out of this area alive because they were kind of surrounded by enemies. So we need to get them to our main squad ASAP. That being said, though, they're brand new characters, so you know exactly what time it is. Last chapter we got no new characters, so this chapter they're throwing on all the new characters. That said, let's start off things with Rickon the Mage. Now Rickon here, as you're going to expect, he is very similar to Muriel, who's joined us a little bit ago. However, Rickon joins 3 chapters later, so there's a few things different about them. For starters, Rickon starts at level 3 and Muriel starts at level 1, for example, so that's already something. And on average, first of all, I just want to open this up by saying I have never used Rickon in a full playthrough, and honestly, I don't think I've ever used them past this chapter in all of my playthroughs of Awakening, so I apologize to any Rickon fans. For all I know, he's actually God, but yeah, I don't have too much experience using Rickon, so I'm gonna go off the fundamental rules of Fire Emblem, I guess you could say. My fundamentals, as you can call them that, I guess. So, Rickon here obviously is being a mage, which means he has the same +2 magic as Muriel does, giving him a pretty respectable magic stat of 10. I put 8 on the bio, that's supposed to be 10. My apologies, I forgot to include that on the bio like I usually do. However, what this basically means is that since he has a starting magic of 10, unless your Muriel has been well trained, there's a good chance Rickon's gonna join with more magic than Muriel, and my Muriel, for example, did not get very good magic growth, so Rickon off the rip is already going to be stronger than Muriel, which is kind of nice to have as another magic user. And like I said before, all the good things about Muriel kind of apply to Rickon about magic, because a lot of enemies in this game have kind of poor resistance unless they're our magic class themselves. So being able to blast things with magic is almost never a bad thing. And also, interestingly, Rickon here comes with the Elven Tome, which is actually a D-rank magic tome, which is a little bit stronger than the magic that we currently have in our current party. Muriel can't really use this off the rip because she has a lower weapon rank, but Rickon can, so that's kind of nice. So overall, I will say Rickon is kind of like a Muriel 2. Unless your Muriel has not been trained, then Rickon will definitely be joining stronger. Now, in direct comparison in terms of stats, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong about this, because like I said, I'm not super experienced with Rickon, but if my memory serves, he should have higher defense overall than Muriel, and also higher strength, which sounds kind of weird, because, you know, you're a magic unit, why would you care about these things? But it's better to have some defense than be a complete glass cannon like Muriel is, who has very, very poor defense. Not to mention, since Rickon has more strength, again, this is very, funny, kind of, entering funny territory, but, if you wanted to reclass Rickon into something that's not a magical class, he technically does it better than Muriel, but you're probably not going to be doing this unless you're just trying to have some fun with the game, which, honestly, you know, game's to have fun with, so you may as well do it if you want to. But overall, I'll say, basically, take Rickon as a Muriel 2 that is going to be stronger than Muriel if you have not been training her consistently. But if Muriel's been training consistently, there's a good chance that Muriel has probably more magic and, like, overall slightly better stats than Ricken. However, it never hurts to have an extra magic user, so if you want one on your team, Ricken will fill the job just fine. But like I said before, I don't have much experience using Ricken, so I don't got a whole lot to say about the guy. Who knows, maybe someone in the comments is, like, a super Ricken fanboy, and they can tell me exactly what's going on with Ricken. That being said, that's our magic user out of the way, so how about we talk, in my opinion, the more interesting of the two characters, Maribel. We saw Maribel a while ago in the story, however, now she's officially joining us as we have to save her from a bunch of bandits, because, you know, we gotta, you know, not let Lissa's friend die. That's kind of a top priority. That being said, Maribel here is interesting because she is not only our second healer joining us after Lissa, but also she's our first Troubadour, and the Troubadour class, in many ways, is a stronger healing class, because the Troubadour is essentially a healer on a mount, meaning they have 7 movement compared to Lissa's 5, and on average, Maribel also is going to have higher magic than Lissa, meaning that she's overall going to be a better healer than Lissa because she can heal more using her magic stat, and along with her mobility, letting her get the characters faster to heal them up more reliably. So you may be wondering, why exactly would you not just, you know, only use Maribel over Lissa? For starters, it never hurts to have 2 healers, you know, you need to keep your entire team alive, and sometimes there's a lot of stuff happening on the map, so you may want to split your healers up, so Maribel's quite useful for that. Again, that extra movement, it goes a long way. And also, Maribel having higher magic means that once she promotes and is able to engage in combat, because eventually, just like Lissa, she will be able to engage in combat, she is overall going to be hitting much harder than Lissa due to her better magic growth. Being 60 compared to Lissa's, I believe, like 50. It's not that big of a change, but it does matter. That 10% affects every single time she levels up. Not to mention, she also comes with Resistance +2 skill, which means she's going to be extra good against magic users, and funnily enough, if you promote her, she can actually be able to go toe-to-toe with other magic users and usually come out on top pretty reliably thanks to her great resistance and solid magic, so she kind of works as an anti-magical unit if you want her to do such a thing. Her primary role is definitely healing, but she can definitely do some good combat once she evolves. Like, not evolve, she's not a Pokemon, once she promotes. That being said, just like Lissa, or any healer really, she is very, very frail. Only coming in free defense and 15% defense growth basically guarantees she is not going to be getting defense whatsoever, so a little bit dicey. One final note I'll make about Maribel is that she can also, if you want her to, reclass and promote into the Dark Flyer, which means she's one of the characters who has access to Gale Force, which is, again, one of the best skills in the entirety of the game, one of the most broken skills in Fire Emblem history, and when we get the access to Gale Force, I'll definitely be showing off what it can do, because I'm definitely planning on having it on our team. Just let it be known, she's one of the characters who can actually get it very reliably, so pretty handy. But yeah, overall, I like Maribel a lot. Never hurts to have another healer, and I'm glad to have her on our team. And also, I just want to say, this render of Maribel, I really like this render. I don't know what it is about Maribel's design, but I love the colors on it. I think it's a very nice, a very clean design, a very refined design to the eyes, you know? Alright, that being said, though, we're not talking about our new characters. How about we start actually saving the new characters before they get brutally murdered? So let's get this thing started. Okay, and we are back. I kind of played the chapter for a little bit, but then I realized, Donald, I like you, but I decided after further consideration, I'm gonna decide not to end up using Donald. So I decided to restart the chapter before things got too serious, and instead I replaced him with Frederick, because this chapter can actually be a little bit overwhelming with how many enemies are around you, as you can clearly see. And Frederick's mobility and ability to, you know, get around and hit hard is going to be vastly useful during this chapter. So that being said, let's get things started. And obviously, our first priority is to get Ricken and Maribel out of here alive, because there are tons of enemies surrounding them. And they're not going to last very long against all these guys, so we have to go help them out. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to start off here, and I'm going to leave Long Q here to take care of these axe fires, because as long as he's in the bush here, along with an iron sword, I don't think there's any chance Long Q can get killed by them. And honestly, I'm feeling like having some fun. Let's give him the killing edge. That's fun with some critical hits, why don't we? Now that being said, now comes the problem of how do we approach this? And here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna have Robin and Chrom join up together, you know, as they do, and I'm gonna have Robin go up here, and I'm gonna have him blast this guy with some magic. And hopefully Chrom will jump in.
Stay focused.
Because if he does, this is the kill. Oh, nice spin, Robin. Yeah. Hey, and Chrom joins in. Okay, perfect.
Now that's strategy.
Now that's strategy. Do a twirl, and your partner will join in and kill them. Alright, nicely done, you two. Now, next up, I'm gonna go over here with Viren join his beloved Sully on a quest. I'm gonna have him go up here, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and use that Fin Lance that I mentioned before, and have them go on the offense here. Because with the Fin Lance, this guy can't touch Sully whatsoever. Pretty handy. Unfortunately, we don't get to do any. We don't get the kill. Viren decided not to join in this time. However, no damage. Can't complain. And for my next move, I think I'm gonna have Samia go over here, and I'm debating if I want Vake to join her or if I want Frederick to join. So, you know what? I'll have Vake join Samia for the 5 extra strength. And honestly, I think I'm gonna have Vake come up here. I'm gonna have Vake go ahead and take out. Actually, it's kind of risky. Not the greatest hit, right? But you know what? Fortune favors the bold. Also, we have a healer and Maribel right next to him, so it should be fine. There you go.
Yeah, I rule.
You're the man. He rules. There we go. And now for these axe fighters, unfortunately, they're a little bit close, so Alyssa's gonna have to back off a little bit for the time being. However, Frederick, being Frederick, does not need to back off whatsoever. We're gonna put him right here, and he's gonna help up here real soon. And for Rickon, I'm gonna have Rickon go over this way, and I'm gonna have Maribel go ahead and pick up this glittering spot right here. And then some additional practice. I'm not afraid of a little extra work. Maribel, you're literally running for your life against a mob of trained soldiers trying to kill you. I don't think now's a good time, but you know what? I appreciate it nonetheless. And she got some weapon proficiency. That's something at least. Also should mention, I completely forgot to mention this during her bio, she comes with an interesting staff being the men's staff, which is basically the heal staff on steroids, healing more than the heal staff, which is quite handy. Just something to make quick note of. I kind of forgot to mention that in the bio, and you're gonna go for Frederick. I don't think that's a wise move, my friend. Although then again, I don't think he's gonna hit long Q anytime today, so honestly, it was probably in his best interest to do this. There we go, goes for, and yeah, he kind of can't hit long Q. That's, you know what, I think I agree with the other guy now. Be silent. Ooh. And there's long Q for you. If he gets the crits, hits like an absolute freight train. And he's pretty good at doing it. Mostly because of his killing edge. However, here comes the problem. I can't counterattack you, and if you hit me, it actually does a lot of damage. He hit me. Okay, not ideal. And, ooh, someone's actually gonna take a lot of damage for this. This is not ideal. Hey, she dodged though. Okay, good dodge. Well done. And here comes the Horde. Oh boy, are they coming in. Okay, there's a lot of enemies surrounding us, and I honestly think we need to back up because there's a lot of enemies coming at us at one time. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna go over here with long Q. I'm gonna go ahead and heal him up real quick so he can take on this dark magic user. There we go, get back in the fight, long Q. And I'm gonna have long Q go over here, and I'm going to have him hopefully murder him. Worst case scenario, I have Frederick over there to finish off the job, but hopefully long Q gets the kill here. There you go.
I'll make this quick.
I'll make this quick. Ugh, just smash it over people's heads, why don't you? If it works, it works. Okay, so now most of the enemies down here are cleared out. And this is going to be very important because these forts here, Gangrel kind of gave us a heads up and a warning that reinforcements are going to be showing up. And these forts are where they're going to spawn. And there's a way to deny them. And the way you deny them is by having your units stand on top of the fort as they're going to try and come out. And I think they come out in like 2 turns from now, so we gotta be careful about that. More importantly though, we have to be careful about this freaking onslaught coming over here. So before I worry about you, let's see. How do the Wyvern Knights look like? They are able to move in pretty far. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna have Rickon join Maribel. Just so that way these two can come down here together. I'm gonna have Rickon go ahead and blast this guy with some Elwind magic.
Luck be with us.
There you go, nice fancy magic. Well done, Rickon. And there you go. So now Rickon and Maribel are mostly out of the storm and should hopefully be fine for a little bit. Now here comes the problem. The everyone else. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna have, let's see, it's a little bit awkward, I'm not gonna lie to you. Because unfortunately, freaking Vake is kind of stuck here now, since I attacked with him. So, let me see. How does Robin fare against these guys? Pretty good. I kind of want this guy off the fort if I can afford it. Or afford it. Get it? Good joke, right? But it's a little bit dicey. You know what, though? I'm going to try it. Maybe a Crom will jump in and get some damage in.
Range is yours.
Maybe a crit? You never know. There's one. Crom jumps in. It's not going to quite be a kill. However, it's going to be very close. Unless Crom jumps in again. He did not. All right, close enough, though. There we go, and now comes this problem. How fast is Virion? 5 speed. These guys have 8 speed. Okay, so Virion doesn't get doubled. And he can attack at range, which is kind of handy. Honestly, I think I want to do this. It's a little risky, but I think Virion's fine. Let me see. Or I could put Sully in the bush here. And with the fin lance, I feel like Sully will be fine if I put them here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Get a crit hit? No crit. However, Vera jumps in. Not quite a kill. Can we dodge? We can dodge too. Alright, not bad. I'll take that. Good work. This is one of the reasons I love having an archer attached to like a frontliner character, by the way, in Awakening, because if you pair Virion up with another character, he can still contribute without being in danger of, you know, not being able to attack it like 2 range. I mean, not being able to attack her 1 range, which is quite handy. Now comes on to this following onslaught. Let's see here. Vake takes a lot of damage from this. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna have Frederick move in instead. And Frederick can actually take the fort from them if I want him to. And honestly, I think I want him to do just that.
Got you covered.
There we go. Thank you, Frederick. Good to have you back on the team.
There.
Not bad at all. So now the fort is available to us. So now we can actually take advantage of this. And just checking to make sure. Yep, Rickon and Maribel are still safe from the Wyvern Riders. So I think I'm going to have Vake go on here. And unfortunately, since Sumi is flying, she actually can't take advantage of the fort. It's one of the weaknesses of the flying classes, that since they're not grounded, they're not actually in the fort. So I think I'm going to have Vake sit here, and I feel like this should play out fine. We'll see, though. I'm a little worried, I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a chaotic turn.
Stay focused.
Ron's going to take a hit here, most likely. He does indeed. However, I have a feeling he's going to regret that. Oh, yeah.
Here's how it's done.
Here's how it's done. All right, nice crit. So yeah, as you can see, Robin picking speed at the start of the game, starting to pay off here, because he's becoming very, very fast. Look at that, 16 speed. And he also learned a brand new skill. Once your characters hit level 10 in their current class, they will learn a new skill. And we'll talk about this when the turn ends, because I think it's getting a little chaotic here. If you can dodge this, Robin, that'd be pretty cool. I'm just saying. Thank you. More thunder magic for everybody. You get a thunder magic. You get a thunder magic. Everybody gets some thunder magic. We're gonna go for Sully. It's only 8. I'm sure she'll be fine. Ouch. Not ideal, but it is what it is. And you're gonna go for Frederick.
Go, go!
I feel like Frederick will be just fine. Nice chip damage in there. Alrighty. And here comes the other guy. And this is... Okay, 11 damage. Not too bad. Not too bad. Painful, but not too bad. And we dodged too. Perfect. Alright. Thunder Magic again. Spin a Rooney. And Calm finishes up. Very well done.
Thanks.
We get tons of XP because the Wyvern Knights are pretty strong enemies. And we got some more company coming in too. So a little bit busy, but we're doing fine. That being said, Long Q, honestly, just, you know what, Long Q? I'm not even gonna have you run over the fort. I'm gonna have you stay here for a second and just make sure that if anyone comes out of that fort, you mess them up for me. Here's the problem. There's a lot of enemies in our face here now, so let's see what we can do about this. For starters, I'm gonna go over here with Virion. I'm gonna have him take a nice crack shot at this Wyvern Rider here, because since he's an air unit, he's not gonna appreciate becoming a pincushion. Well done. Alright, Virion's first level in a while. What do we got? HP, strength, skill, resistance. I'll take that strength. Not bad. Well done, Virion. Alright. Now on to the rest of the enemies here. I think I'm gonna have Rickon go ahead and blast this guy for some damage.
Come now.
Not bad at all. Which now leaves Frederick, Crom, and Vake. Let's see. Yeah, you know what, Crom? I think you'll do just fine. You can have this one. Here you go, Crom. Have fun.
Come on. Wrong move.
Not bad at all. Don't have to take the counterattack thanks to Robin. Good job.
How are you?
And Crom gets a level. Alright, cool. What level are you now? Like 7? 7 indeed. HP, strength, speed, luck, defense. Very good level. Good job, Crom. He's our man for a reason. Now with that out of the way, now it's time for Frederick to do his job. As you can see, though... Oh my god, the Sticker Lance does so much damage. As you can see, though, at this point in the game, Frederick is not exactly one-shotting everything and just, like, destroying everything instantly. The enemies are starting to catch up to him, so, something to keep in mind of. That being said, though, Frederick's still obviously fantastic, so, you know. Take advantage of him. And A, he got weapon level A. Not bad at all. Good job, Frederick. And weapon level A is actually the highest weapon rank this guy can reach. As you can see here, there's no meter below his experience here because it's his highest he can reach with that weapon, which is pretty cool. Now, unfortunately, one of these guys is going to live the turn because of how I did this. However, if I go over here with Samia and chuck some javelins, I can keep holding onto the fort here to prevent any reinforcements that might show up while getting my kill.
Victory!
Victory indeed. All right. And who does that leave? That leaves... Oh, yeah, Lissa. I'll have Lissa... Actually, I gotta be careful because this guy can actually attack Lissa if I'm not careful. I'll have Lissa move here. And as you can see, reinforcements are spawning out of the forts. Something to keep in mind if you see forts on the map. That can always happen. Taking a bit of chip damage, however, I'm gonna give him the big old pokey in the eye. Alrighty. As I expected, I thought someone would come after Long Q. However, yeah, Long Q definitely is going to chop him to bits. No hard feelings. Ugh. And 1 point away from a level up. That is so unfortunate. And you're going to engage in a long-range battle with Virion. Somehow I feel like you're going to lose this, my friend. Good work. And okay, so it looks like we have some preview at long last. Seriously, it's just been swarms and swarms of enemies. However, we're starting to clear them out now. So that out of the way, Long Q, I think it's time for you to join us. And honestly, I can't quite reach Long... Let's see, how far can I go before I can't reach him? Literally this far. Okay. Here you go, Long Q. Have a... Here's your Uber. Have a free ride. Why not? Gets Lissa a level up as well. Not bad at all. And Long Q can now join the team. Alright, cool. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna have our team start splitting up, I think. I don't think Rick and Maribel need to be together, mostly because I want Maribel to be healing people. And at this point, we have 2 enemies to kill here, so here's what I'm thinking. Vake, if you want to do the deed and just take care of this guy for me real quick. Never... Oh! Hammer time! Let's do it! Not the intended purpose of the hammer, but dang it, it's a good use. Bonk him on the head. There we go. And hey, Vake finally gets himself a hand axe, which means he can finally attack at range, which is going to be a huge benefit. So, good thing he dropped that. Which just leaves this one guy here. And I think, yeah, he cannot touch Sully whatsoever. However, I think I'll just bonk him with the Iron Lance. Plain simple. There we go. And we're gonna take a little bit of damage for our trouble, but not that much. But now here's the question. How many characters are in range of Sully from here? Not many. I didn't think anyone was in range, but you always gotta make sure you keep track of what's going on. And I could, you know what, not Crom, Robin's 1 level away, from, like 1 experience away from leveling up. I may as well give it to him. Yeah, let's see, the Wyvern Knight, it's only that far. Okay. It's fine for me to do this then. Just make sure the Wyvern Knight doesn't come swoop down and like do some big damage to Robin. So yeah, as you can see, Robin was not only our first character to hit level 10 to double digits, but also he got another level already. That veteran skill is immaculate. There's a reason why I praised Robin a crap ton at the start of the Let's Play. He's very strong. And also, I should probably talk now about his brand new skill that he got since he hit level 10. He gets Solidarity at level 10 as a Tactician, which gives him crit and dodge plus 10 to all adjacent allies. So anybody who's right next to him in battle will get themselves some nice bonuses, which is very handy. And Frederick, my friend, you can go ahead and block this sword off. Not only because I want you to heal, and oh, we have some enemies coming in. Okay, this is a little scary, actually. Here's what I'm thinking. I think we're gonna back off a little bit because I really want to heal our team up a little bit, and our team is a little bit bruised, so I'm gonna have Samia go here. I'm gonna have our squad separate here. This can go ahead and heal up Sully. Because these Wyvern Knights, like I said before, are scary, and I think I want more units to attack with rather than the stat boost from the pair-up. I think it's gonna be a little more useful here. I'm gonna have... let me see, actually. How far can they attack from? They can attack only Robin. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead over here. Nothing else gonna reach them, right? Let me just make sure. I'm gonna just keep all the Wyvern Knights in range, you know? Just keep them all marked. Go over here. I'm gonna have him heal up Robin. Or, I don't know why I said he. Maribel is definitely a she. My bad. There we go. Praise the sun for the heal. And Frederick, honestly, I'll have you move forward. I'm gonna have Rickon go here. And then, honestly, I'll just let them come to us for a turn. And, oh, we got some more reinforcements. That's why I wanted to back off a little bit.
On my mark.
Only 9 damage, though. Not too bad. And, hey, nice job, Crom. Oh my lord.
Nicely done.
Nice job, Crom. So, you may have noticed that Crom did a ton of damage to that Wyvern Rider. There's a reason for that, which I'll show off in just a second here. But, yeah, Robin's kind of steamrolling. Robin's kind of killing people. Calm the freak down, Robin. Oh my god. You got a family.
Right.
Almost another level up 2 from our skill. Not bad at all. Okay, so, the reason Crom did so much damage there, if you take a look at the falchion here, you may have noticed something. This thing is effective against dragons, and Wyvernites are most certainly dragon riders. So, yeah, Crom's falchion does triple damage to dragons, so, very useful. Keep that in mind. That said, though, Vera, I'm gonna have you go ahead and take a quick little pot shot over here. As you do. That's what you're best at.
If I may.
Oh, Freddy jumps in too. Ooh, nice.
Remarkable.
Remarkable indeed. There we go, and with that out of the way, I think I'm gonna have Sully go over here. Actually, Long Q, you've been having a lot of fun against the Daxfires this chapter. Let's keep the streak going.
Let's do it.
Alright, chop him up. Nice dodge. And another crit from Long Q. Who needs a killing edge? Ugh. And it leaves him at 1 XP. If only I had Donald on the map at the current moment. Oh well. Strength, skill, speed, luck. That's what we like to see. Nice job, Long Q. Alright, that means we're gonna give this kill to... Obviously, I'm gonna heal up Frederick first. He may be Frederick, but even he has his limits, so we need to heal him up. There you go. I'm sure it's an honor of his to be healed by his lady. I kind of want to give it to Sully. You know what? Yeah, I'll give it to Sully. Why not? We'll use the bronze sword. 100% hit rate. Why not? There we go.
Hell of a fight.
Almost level up 2. Not bad at all. So now comes the question of how do we want to approach the rest of this. Here's what I'm thinking. Crom, I'm gonna have you take the helm. I'll Vic go behind. And from this point forward, honestly, we'll just have everybody move up, I think. Just to be safe, though, I'm gonna have Maribel stay in this fort. I don't think any more reinforcements are gonna show up, but just to be safe.
It's all right.
And Vega's gonna take a bit of damage here. Never mind, nice dodge. Smooth moves. And oh, the boss actually shows the move. That's kind of scary. I don't ask for your name, only your life. I should have checked his range. Okay.
Stay with us.
This is a little bit scary, isn't it? Ow. And my javelins are doing absolutely nothing to him. Yeah, this could be a bit of a problem. And all the enemies are moving in at once. Okay, this is very awkward. I'm not gonna lie to you. We might have to run away. Yeah, this is, bit of a problem. However, if I can get in there and get Robin to attack this guy with Crom, we might be able to kill him in 1 round. Let me see, actually. He has 10 speed. Crom, oh yeah, Crom will be able to get a double attack in, so I think we'll be able to kill him in 1 go if I can get this mage out of the way, which is gonna be the challenge. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna go over here. We're gonna use the rescue staff once again. We're gonna get Samia out of there. Get tons of XP for our trouble. We're gonna go over here, use the men's staff onto Samia, get her back to full HP. Strategy in motion, baby. Fire Emblem. There we go. Now let me see. With the oof stick, can we kill him in 1 go? We sure can. However, just to guarantee it, and also just make Samia more tanky in general and give her more move, I'm gonna pair him up with Frederick here. And there you go. That's more like it. Let's get this mage out of the way. Okay, a little bit of chip for our trouble, but even now, even if he goes for Sevilla again, the boss cannot kill Sevilla now that he has Frederick's support. Get some experience for our trouble. So now comes this problem. How do we get... Actually, we do a ton of damage to him, actually. Hold the phone, actually. Robin is able to use the Elwyn, isn't he? Let's see. He sure is. Okay, in that case, let's get Vake out of the way here. Can I kill this guy just to test? I'm just curious. I got a ton of crit thanks to Robin being near me, as you can see, but I don't think it's going to be a reliable kill. Long Q, however... Here's the plan, actually. I'm going to transfer Vake onto Long Q. We're going to bring Long Q up here, and with Vake's support, Does a lot more damage. If I go in the Killing Edge, I have a 40% chance to crit because of the Killing Edge and also Robin's ability. So this should be a kill. Very likely a kill. Actually, I take it back. We do 32 damage, so we guarantee kill with this. That takes care of him, nice and easy. And now Crom's able to go up here and actually hit this guy with the falchion, and it's going to do a crap ton of damage, and if Robin joins in whatsoever, he is dead. However, if I want to, I'm pretty sure... Let's see, how far can Rickon move? Rickon can move not far enough. Okay. So just to play it absolutely safe, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go ahead and give Robin the Elwyn's Home, which is effective against flying units, as we can see on the... right here. And that's a guaranteed kill. So I can either go for the risky kill with Crom, or I can go with Robin. However, it's very likely... Actually, wait, 18 times 2. 18 times... That's a kill, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's a kill, right? I may be bad at math, but I'm pretty sure that's a kill, right? Yeah, it does 36. If my math is not wrong, this does 36. So actually, you know what, Crom's getting a lot of kills this chapter. I'm happy.
We can do it.
And just like that, even though it's a dire-looking situation, we have managed to figure it out with tactics. Goodbye, Orton. This matters not. Soon war will be upon your soil. Yeah, keep talking in dirt. I outsmarted you. Got some bullion for our shovel. Get ourselves a glittering spot as well. Huh, did someone drop this? Got a soothing sword. That's an interesting weapon. Let's see. It restores 10 HP every turn, has 10 might, and honestly, it's just a nice solid sword. Although it looks more like a stick to me, but hey. Can't complain. Now, unfortunately, comes the problem of the rest of the Wyvern Knights that are coming our way. I'm not worried about these guys. These guys should be fine. I'm more worried about Rickon over here. And, and Marib. Oh, God, actually, this is kind of risky. Let's see, how... Okay, so we only have to protect Lissa or Maribel. Let me see, how much damage do they do? Lissa's got 6 defense, they do 18 damage, so Lissa's fine. Maribel, however, is not so fun. So here's the plan. Virion, be the Lady's Shield. Protect her. They go for Rickon. Oh, and Rickon has no way to fight back, because I gave him the Elwyn's Home. Uh-oh. Rickon, I might have...
Over there.
I'm sorry, Rickon.
Oh, crud.
Well, Rickon, you did what you had to do. You saved Maribel. I'm sorry, Crom. I can't fight anymore. I'm sorry, Rickon.
You're all right.
But unfortunately, this is war now.
Back off.
And to get out of that situation alive by taking out Orton, we kind of had to do this. So, my apologies. Okay, we have survived the storm. Now it's just 2 Wyvern Riders and a Dark Mage between us and victory. So here's what I'm thinking. Virion over here can take a nice shot over here at this guy, do a ton of damage. Kind of the reason we brought him onto this map. There you go, and I'm sure the fancy classmen of Maribel and Virion, yeah, exactly, they have support going on. I'm not surprised whatsoever. And now Sully can go over here and just barely get the KO with the Finn's Lance, but that works for me. There you go.
Damn nuisance.
Get another level up, not bad at all. HP, skill, speed, luck, I will take it. And get weapon level B. As you can see, that discipline skill really coming in handy. She started off with an E rank and she already has a B rank. Not bad at all. So now comes the question, what do we do to you? And honestly, I feel like Long Q knows exactly. Actually, we have a sword fight over here too. I didn't even realize that. Okay, I gotta pay attention to that too as well. Okay, tell you what, because Crom has the effective weapon against this guy, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have, let's see, I'm gonna have Samia go over here. We can take out the Dark Mage, or almost take out the Dark Mage with Samia. Maybe Frederick will jump in, you never know. Alrighty, almost got it. Level 6, get a very good level, not bad at all. Good job, Samia. And listen, I'm gonna have to go hide in the fort, because, yeah, you have no business against these Wyvern Knights.
Oh,
There we go. Strength and res. Weird level up, but it's something. Okay, now it comes to the question of how do we want to brutally murder this guy? And honestly, I'm kind of feeling... Actually, Vake actually doubles him thanks to Long Q's help. Honestly, Vake, have fun. I'm gonna take some damage in return, but it's fine. And, hey, Long Q jumps in. Nice job.
Thanks.
There we go. Level 7 on Vake, HP, strength, skill. That's definitely a Vake level up. More strength, the better, I guess. It's what we'll see as well. Which now just leaves the question of how do we want to finish you off. I can kind of finish you however I feel like it. You know what? Let's take a look at our brand new soothing sword, shall we?
Come on.
Oh my god. That's a funny looking sword. It looks like a sword, but it like took like a tree trunk and like spun it around. It's a weird looking sword. I like it though. Level 8 and strength speed. I'll take it. Good job, Crom. And all that leaves now is a lone magic user who can't really do anything. Okay, well he can hurt Sully, but not that much. And now we have the choice of who do I want to give this kill to, because I can literally give it to anybody I feel like. And honestly, Virion, you've been talking a lot about, you know, how you want to impress your lady Sully as a magnificent hero, so you know what? Here's a plan. Maribel, hand over the Virion to the Sully. There you go. Get free healing for some XP. Men's a little bit more valuable in the heal, so I'm not going to try and spam it as much as, like, normal healing. But it never hurts. And now, Virion, impress the lady.
Quick and dirty. I like it.
She apparently likes it. There you go.
Fancy that.
Perfecto. Level 5, HP, skill, luck. Not the greatest level up, but eh. And there you go. In my opinion, a little bit of a trickier chapter than what we've been dealing with at this up to this point, but we got it in 9 turns, and Robin and Crom were the hero. I definitely do not disagree with that. Robin was kind of going crazy. But an honorable mention to Long Q as well. He definitely did a lot of work as well. Maribel, are you hurt?
My humble
Nothing in return too full, darling.
Hey.
I'm glad you're safe. Who? Oh, it's you.
Oh.
Yes, I know you're not especially fond of me, but it's a relief just the same. Oh, it's not a question of fondness. I am simply protecting Melissa. My treasure is very sensitive and... Wait, am I really justifying myself to a commoner? Gods. Yes, well, I do apologize for being curt. And
My gratitude.
you have my thanks for your part in my rescue. There, I said it. I will take it.
Sister.
Forgive me, Em. I acted rashly. It's alright, Crom. King Gangrel's is the one at fault here. You were only protecting me.
Shall we then?
Mad King will be rallying his forces, if they didn't have not mobilized already. I should make our haste back to Ylistal and discuss our strategy. Of course, Frederick. It seems war is upon us. We must protect the Elysian people at all costs. Yeah, things kind of escalated out of nowhere, but to be fair, we kind of came into this expecting some problems to arise. That being said, though, that's going to do it today for this chapter of Fire Emblem Awakening. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Rest in peace, Rickon. I'm deeply sorry. I wasn't going to use you any longer, I can tell you that right now. I had no interest in Rickon, but you know, it always stings to lose somebody, so my apologies. That being said, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And next time on Fire Emblem Awakening, we'll be going back over to the capital to discuss strategy because, yeah, war's upon us, and we need to prepare. Needless to say, we need to prepare. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.